Alright guys, we're at my dad's. I haven't seen the chicks yet. You'll hear the roosters in the background, so it's a little hectic. We're gonna look at the baby chicks. They're a little older. Hi, Mama. You pretty girl. Gigi, are there babies in there? Are we gonna go pick some peppers? All the apples, except the main branch, this one down here, actually broke off, but the apples are still fine. But then another major branch fell down. But there's so many apples. It's insane. And then this tree over here too.
Yeah, I will
Here you can see. Sad.
It's getting sweeter, but they are certainly very edible now.
So perfect and cute.
Kind of up in that dead branches.
Oh yeah, they're good.
Yeah, this is really a good tree.
Jonathan's scared to eat apples.
Nice apple.
They're like perfect apple orchard apples. They're like not too sweet.
Really crisp.
Mm-hmm.
Shadow in the dark left me with a burning heart. Summer comes and goes, they say, but with you, darling, it only stays. As sure as a new sunrise.
Hello you guys, this is the first time I'm checking in. I grabbed some clips while I was at my dad's though earlier today. We had a fun little trip out to the farm, as you could call it. It's not actually a farm, but kinda. So while we were there, we saw my chickens. They're doing well. We got some little babies going, so exciting. And we got tons of stuff from his garden. So peppers galore, potatoes galore, and now we have to figure out what to do with these. And he's got tons and tons of apples. So I need to brainstorm some more apple like baking ideas, and I think next weekend we're gonna do some baking. So that was earlier. And then while we were out, we grabbed some stuff from Menards, which I know a lot of people don't know what Menards is. Menards is like similar to like Home Depot, but like cheaper. It's like a small town upper Midwest hardware home things store, right? How would you describe it? Menards? Hardware store? Hardware store. But they've got like really good prices on stuff, including dog toys. So we were like, okay, while we're here, what do we need? And like, well, get the girls some toys. So the girls have not gotten new toys in so long. So we got just a couple, nothing crazy, but they had some fun ones for like pretty cheap. So it's always fun to grab a few. All right, first up, we have this monkey octopus looking thing. It's a monkey. It looked like it had more legs, but that's a tail. So this is like that like tough fabric, and then it just has rope inside. With the exception of the head, there is a squeaker, but there's no like fluff, because I don't know if this is just a golden retriever thing, but they love nothing more than shredding or pulling the fluff, the stuffing out of toys. So we're trying to avoid that. We did get some with like a little bit of fluff, but not like your just standard stuffy. And also like this like durable fabric doesn't stand a chance against my dogs. So we understand these are not going to necessarily hold up, but they are long overdue for some new toys. So got this guy. I don't even know what this is. It's just like a dummy with a little rope on the end. Similar fabric, similar situation. This one, we're calling it Bucky. Like the good old Texas convenience store. This one is just like a little rope. This one does have a decent amount of stuffing in it. And last one, everyone's favorite. We got a lamb chop. Did you guys watch Lamb Chop as a kid? Because I watched the show. Like, I loved it as a kid. I mean, I think it was a 90s thing. Yeah, you've never seen it? Yeah, it was a show. They had a song. What was the theme song? I'm not going to be able to think of it, but I remember watching it. I mean, looking back, it was kind of terrifying, because wasn't Lamb Chop like a giant like mascot? Like a human in a costume? I don't remember, but I remember watching it with my brother when we were really little. So got a Lammy. This is, for some reason, it's like the most iconic dog toy ever. So we're gonna give these to the girls and see what they think.
People started singing it, not knowing what it was, and they'll continue singing it forever just because this is the song that does it. Yes, it goes on and on. My
This is taking me back to my childhood.
Hannah, I like talking to you a lot. Thanks. Yeah, you're almost human. You know that someday, a lot of years from now, you're even going to be old.
She's like a sock puppet.
Yeah.
I think she. I don't know. Anyway, we're gonna give the dogs their toys. Come here. Sid. I'm so excited. We're so excited. Gotta drop your bone. New toys. Hello, you guys. Welcome back. Today is Sunday, and I have some ideas, okay? So it is Sunday, beginning of September, and your girl is getting vamped up for fall. We are defrosting for fall, okay? And I think I'm going to make a fall dedicated video in which we are prepping, grocery shopping, and doing some fall baking. A little bit of fall shopping, nothing crazy. And we're gonna see, how that goes. I am not sure if this is gonna be like a vlog or like a designated like fall baking video. I have a feeling it might turn into a vlog because I'm not very good at tandem filming, meaning like filming for multiple videos at a time. My brain just works better if I'm just vlogging all the way through. So we'll see what this turns into, but lots of fall stuff going on this week. And it's 77 today degrees outside. Not super cool, but like this morning up until about noon, it was cool. It was great, crisp, fresh. The evenings are crispy. The mornings are crispy. Yesterday had a fall wedding and it was like, the high was like 73. It was perfect. So anyway, we're getting there. Okay. And I told myself I have this weekend off from weddings and I want it to feel like a fall weekend, you know? So I'm sitting in the Costco parking lot. We have a massive Costco haul. I can already feel the amount of money I'm about to spend. Groceries, a few groceries, but also just like stocking up on like baking things, and we need like paper towels and paper plates and like stuff to prep for baby, which if you are new here, I am pregnant with my first baby due next month, you guys. It's wild. So we are like, this is getting a little crazy. So just stocking up on some stuff, but a lot of like prepping for baking this weekend, or next weekend, I should say. So I made a list of like groceries and baking thing, or like a meal plan for the week and like a baking plan of like things I want to bake, and just noting like how many like eggs I'm gonna need, and like I went through all my baking stuff to see what we needed, and we have a good list. So basically, let me give you the rundown of what I am hoping to bake throughout this week. It's gonna be a mixture of this week and next weekend, but it's gonna be good. I'm also kind of doing some like freezer prep for postpartum. Nothing crazy. I honestly don't know if I'm gonna do that many like meal things, like crazy meal things, like freezer meals, but there's a few. So as far as baking goes, apple crisp, I wanna make multiple batches of apple crisp. Wait, let me back up. You guys should have probably seen already that my dad has 2 massive apple trees that are completely covered in apples, like apple orchard apples. Ours for the taking. Literally, we could never go through all these apples. So a lot of this baking is apple themed. We might throw in some pumpkin themed stuff too, but it's more apple themed. Okay, so keep that in mind. Okay, so our baking list. Apple crisp, I want to make multiple batches, like 4 pans of it, and then put them in like those like disposable aluminum baking trays with lids, and like foil, and freeze it to either give to people or have for like hosting, because we're going to be having a baby. I want to like have something for like when people come over and like giving to people. Next, banana chocolate chip lactation muffins. Very niche. Not in the fall theme, but I do want to have just like some grab and go snacks like that in the freezer. And I figured, you know, we have some ripe bananas, may as well use them, and we'll make them, you know, lactation friendly, or like get some brewer's yeast and some oats in there to encourage lactation. You know, it's a thing. If you're a mom, you know. Apple butter. I want to make crockpot apple butter, and I need to get little jars, so that we can that. Again, good for gifting out and gifting as like a hostess gift or for the holidays. Plus I just love apple butter so much. So I want to do a bunch of that, and that uses like the most apples. That's like the most like apple concentrated. So that'll be a really good way to use up a lot of apples. And then applesauce is not too far off from that, so I could kind of tag team that. Then cinnamon swirl apple bread, which this is one that I'm not entirely sure if I'm going to make. It's on my list, but we'll see how much motivation we have. It's one of my like least interesting recipes on here. The next one is a most interesting thing. Maple glazed apple blondies. So I want to make 2 batches of those. Basically like blondie, like not brownie, you know? And then they have apples in them with a maple glaze. Sounds so good. And then I also want to make egg bakes for the freezer. So egg bakes are super easy breakfast option. We love having them prepped for like meal prep, and I figured that's like a good hearty thing. We can cut it into like slices and freeze them by like the individual slice, or just have like a whole egg bake and then just keep it in the fridge after we bake it and like have it, you know, for breakfast for a week or whatever. So that is the plan. I also have to get some groceries and stuff, so we're gonna get started, and I am gonna do both Costco and Walmart. I also need to get my mums for the fall for my front porch. I'm not like quite ready to do my front porch yet. Maybe, well, this weekend probably would be a good time to do it. I just like, I'm not quite there, but maybe by the weekend. Fingers crossed. So let's head into Costco and get all the things, spend all the money, and then we'll go to Walmart. I haven't been to Walmart in a minute. I try to just go to Costco. I go to Costco and then I'm too lazy to go anywhere else. So, but we need to go to Walmart today. So let's head into Costco.
I started on the end cap and then I had to separate the popper, whatever, to fill in. So I was going to finish with the end cap. I was just wondering, did you start on the tip pile or
Whew, all right, an hour later, we made it. You guys, I'm not gonna lie, going to Costco for me is quite literally almost always a social outing because we run into people we know. Obviously, I know a lot of the workers because my husband works there, then there are friends. So I always end up, I swear, talking to like at least 3 or 4 people throughout the course of my trip, which is so fun. But okay, success at Costco. And now let's head over to Walmart before I lose motivation. Walmart it will be easier. I hope. we did it, and that took way too long. But it is 4 o'clock now. Goodness gracious. I did not think it was gonna take that long. We're heading home. Time to unload these groceries. I am tired, my feet hurt, I have to pee. So, let's get our booties home. Good morning, guys. It is Monday morning. It's about 9:30. I'm having a little bit of a slower start to my day. I had another half sleepless night, so I was up pregnancy insomnia for a couple hours. So I slept in until like 8. Actually, it was a little before that because it was right before Jonathan left for work, so like 7:45. But I took my time getting up. But figured I made the executive decision that we are going to just continue and make this just a vlog, a fall vlog, even if it's a little bit longer. I was just like, I feel like tandem vlogging while creating a very fall video, my brain's not there yet. So we're continuing today, but we still have some fall elements that we're incorporating today, even though temperature is going to be like low 80s. So we had our little cold snap, you could say, over the weekend. Like highs were in like the low 70s. It was beautiful. And now we're warming up again, but that's okay. That's okay. We're still embracing all the fall things. This morning, I've got a pot of coffee going on and I'm about to make breakfast. We are going to make our first fall batch of chili. I love this chili recipe, you guys, and it's very foolproof. Like, you can't mess it up. It's basically dumping a bunch of cans together, throwing some seasonings in, and you call it a day. But we're gonna make that, and then I also love it because it makes a lot for like leftovers, and it's a really good hearty filling lunch that I can have when I'm like home and I just want something quick to throw together. My only concern is my chili is very bean heavy, and I have gestational diabetes, and I've noticed that beans tend to spike my sugars, so I'm curious tonight if it'll spike. But if I refrigerate it, there's a whole thing about creating a resistant starch by refrigerating your carbs after you cook them. So hopefully, if anything, it'll just be like a one-time thing, and then when I eat it for leftovers, but it's gonna be a little experimental, we'll see. So I am going to make breakfast really quick, and then we are gonna get started putting this chili together. I'm gonna show you guys how I make it. Very easy, and I love it. It's super flavorful, very hearty, like I said. So we'll get to that very shortly. Okay, breakfast has been had. Now we're getting into our chili, and then we're gonna do a quick cleanup. I feel like my house was so clean yesterday. Jonathan literally had it like spotless, and now it's like already cluttered, and you know how it goes. So first up for the chili, 1 pound of ground beef, okay? I brown it in a pan ahead of time, and I very, very heavily season it with salt, pepper, cumin, garlic powder, and some Cajun seasoning, which we use, I should show you guys. Slap Your Mama is our seasoning of choice, and put it in the crock pot, okay? So now we're gonna dump in all of our cans, which is the easy part. So what I use is 2 cans of chili beans, which is kind of like a shortcut way to not have to like add as much like from scratch. So 2 cans of chili beans, and then today I'm doing 1 can of black beans, 1 can of kidney beans, and a can of Rotel, which I love putting Rotel in my chili. It adds a little kick. And then I just do 1 can of diced tomatoes. You can also do like the fire roasted diced tomatoes are really good, or the ones with basil and garlic or oregano, whatever. Like, it doesn't change the flavor that much, but I just happen to have a can of plain ones from Costco, so that'll go in, and then just a can of tomato sauce. And depending on how thick that is, sometimes I'll add like beef broth, chicken broth, just to, it depends how thick you like it. I like a thick chili, but some people like it a little bit thinner, more watery, for lack of a better term. And then I also add more seasoning. So garlic powder, red chili flakes, which if you don't like it spicy, don't add those in. We like spicy chili. More Slap Your Mama seasoning, and then more cumin. So that's pretty much it. It's really easy. It comes together so fast, and the best part is that it just tastes better the longer it you have it for leftovers. So I love making chili. Big fan. Big chili girl over here. If I did not have gestational diabetes, I would be making cornbread with this, but Jonathan is not a big cornbread person, and it's just not, I don't need the extra carbs, especially with all the beans in this. We're gonna have plenty of carbs going on. So I'm gonna dump this in, and then I'll show you guys what it looks like. Here she is. And honestly, I did not need any extra liquid. That was perfect, just from those cans. And then everything will more liquid will, come out as it cooks. So this is perfect. We're going to cover her up. We have her on low for 8 hours. I mean, honestly, it really just needs to warm up because the meat is cooked. So it's feeling good. Now we're going to clean up a little bit, and I'm going to do some work. Okay, it's dinner time. Gonna dish up some chili, and we're gonna have some. I had a taste test earlier, and it was so good. So good. I realized I forgot to put chili powder in it, so I put some of that in there. Forgot to mention that in the recipe, but let's dish up some chili and have some dinner. Okay, there she is. This is Jonathan's. I'm not having chips, but so good.